Welcome, everybody. Let's get right into it. We got the NorQuest Esports Series Valorant Champions Division coming at all you fine folks at home. My name is Paul Sibyl. I'm with Dryad here today, and we've got 20 stacked teams fighting it out for their piece of a $5,000 Canadian prize pool. Dryad, I couldn't be more excited. This looks like a hype weekend.
Yeah, we were talking about it before. We are actually so excited for this. We have a lot of really good teams, and this tournament by itself, it's so well organized for all the teams to be able to come up on top. And it's especially going to be difficult on this stage because the first one to win that map, that is going to be the one who's going to move to the next round. There's no opportunities for anything else. So a lot of teams giving their all to that map that they select.
Yeah, so let's keep in mind, folks at home watching, we're starting off with the Swiss rounds here. So we've got 5 rounds for all of our teams. They'll play each other. Winners will fight winners. Losers will fight losers. And then at the very end of it, the top 8 teams will advance onto the quarterfinals. So we're already a couple rounds in. Our teams got started. They woke up earlier than us folks here on broadcast. So we've got a couple teams who already have a couple wins and are doing pretty fine. They only need 1, maybe 2 more to guarantee themselves that top 8 placement. The teams who haven't won so much, they're going to need to step it up. Only 3 rounds remain, keep in mind, as we have 5 of these Swiss rounds. But we'll catch up with those teams later. We're going to start off with 2 teams that have been clobbering these first couple of rounds. FOXY and Obey Alliance.
Yeah, and those are the teams that we're going to be seeing now. I'm very curious to see, like you guys see, it's going to be Ascend, the map that we're going to jump into. I don't think we're going to see any surprises yet, especially at this stage of the tournament. Maybe we see something else, something new. It would be tomorrow for those finals, grand finals, everything that they want to bring. But so far, everything that looks very standard to the map.
Yeah, and I mean, it's perfectly reasonable to go to Ascent, especially when we have like a best of 1, right? Everybody plays Ascent.
Yep.
Everybody knows Ascent. It's comfortable for anyone at the pro level in Valorant. You're not going to find anyone who's like, oh, Ascent? I don't know how this map works. Let's just get right on into it, though. We're already in. We're going. These teams, they're fired up, Dryad.
Absolutely. They're trying to take the victory. Obey Alliance doing very good so far. Same with FOXY, but only one is able to come up on top here, like we were talking about. Nothing really surprising when it comes to those agents that they will be playing. I love seeing that jet on both sides every single time. Just having that mobility, just having that flexibility more than anything else is so fun to see. That Reyna too, one of my favorite agents to see, and you get so much value with those duels that you're able to take very early on.
And here on Ascent, too, you get those close corners. We do have a KO coming out for Obey Alliance. Haven't seen KO too much on Ascent, but can absolutely work. The 0 point works really well around A main and B main. That's not where he's starting off, though. Instead, going to be over in Cubby. Waiting to see if he can catch someone on the back there. Sujay does get caught by that dart, but nobody spots Super Monkey. Oh, and he just rolls through him. Now it's just Mikey Snipey left. Rick Dad, all alone in B main, was hoping to push through after his team got into market, but they never made it there. Spotted by the turret and immediately decimated.
What a way to start it. And this is all being brought to you guys by NorQuest. Did you know that NorQuest College has a growing esports scene, from Rocket League to Super Smash Bros. All the way to Valorant and League of Legends? Their community servers host many of this and more. So what are you waiting for? Join the NorQuest community at the link in the panel below the stream.
Yeah, that way you guys can get in on the action that these teams are well prepped for. Obey starting off pretty strong here too, Dryad. They're going to buy on up. Ooh, is Soba going to just sneak on into Wine with that judge?
Oh, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And we already had a very first round that we saw. Pretty much didn't give any opportunity to FOXY.
Oh. Good thing Sujay was there. Black Moose was thanking his lucky stars on that one. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be a wash here for FOXY. Oh no.
They don't know.
Oh, that's just rude, Sova.
They don't know. what a good start for the set of Obey Alliance. With that, I mean, they're going to have the better firepower. They're going to have everything that they need for the next couple of rounds. And we know that for a lot of these teams, it's very momentum-based if you're able to win maps like Ascent or not. So Obey Alliance with a really good start, a couple kills that shouldn't even happen like we saw at the end for Soba.
Oh boy. All right, we get into the gun round now, though. FOXY, this should be their time to shine. Quite a few of them probably going to get spotted here by that dart. Ooh, nice and early. Not too much info given over to Obey as of yet.
Yeah, and ideally that's what they're trying to do. Just deny as much information as possible just to try to get ahead this time around.
Ooh, gotta be careful. King Fu taking a body shot, I do believe, from that Marshall. Gonna be feeling that for the rest of the round. It's just slow going right now for FOXY, though. They're just prodding, seeing if Obey are going to walk out into them, but no such luck.
And you want to make those adaptations for the attackers. If the going fast is not really working out, they want to play a little bit slower, try to get some information. So far, not being very successful, but slowly trying to push into A.
Yeah, it's leaning that direction. Al Jones going to give them some info here. Should be spotting Sujay backside. Yeah, and does absolutely do so. Sujay's going to creep into hell here, but still got to be careful. With the judge. Again with the judge. Ooh! Okay, Sean just blind firing there. Finds one. Not so lucky when it comes up against Sujay. And after a series of fights, we are left in a 3v2 here. Low health on FOXY, but Soba's all alone. Has recovered a Phantom, so has an actual gun, but Mikey Snipey ain't gonna let that one go. FOXY put one on the board.
A really good job from the set of FOXY, just playing it very, very slow. I mean, if I was Obey Alliance, I would be losing my mind. I hate when teams are playing slow. I want to push them. I want to do something. I want to get some kills, but for the set of FOXY, I mean, they're able to get that first round, that first victory that we're able to see here on stream, and they're able to keep that momentum. They're able to kill their guns as well for the next couple rounds. Obey Alliance, I want to see how they're able to also adapt to this.
And now we get the first full gun versus gun round. This will determine the momentum for the rest of the... Well, not the rest of the half, but for a good bit of this first half. Black Moose trying to just keep FOXY out of A main, but they're not really hard contesting this. It's more of an info gambit than anything else. Mikey gets spotted pretty far back there, but it doesn't get Obey any actionable intel. They're going to try and push out. Nice shot from Sujay, though. Rick Dad is down. And there's no trade to be found for FOXY. They can't get over there to actually clean that up.
It seems like this time around for FOXY, it might not be working out like last time. It seems like they might be trying to make that rotation into B, but Obey Alliance are also catching up to this. That Jet staying on side, I really like this. Everyone also playing very patiently for the defense.
Super Monkey's just waiting, too. It was pushed so far up into B main. I'm not certain FOXY are going to expect Super Monkey this far forward, and he still has the dash to get him out after he gets... Ooh, doesn't quite get that first pick. Nice jiggle peek there from Ping Fu. Shock's trading himself 1-for-1 over to A. Obey Alliance... I'm not sure they actually know what's going on just yet, but they are making the rotation, so shows what I know. They are here, ready. That smoke doesn't quite land either. Oh, there's a nice little angle for Swarns to catch Sean BM. Ping Fu makes it out. That's just it. Mikey Sniping mows a couple down, and there's a cleanup. We're tied up.
Blink and you miss it. Mikey just ended up with 1 HP, but that is more than enough that you wanted to. 2-2 so far. Moxie, really good job with that rotation too. They have really taken their time. They're playing patiently. And Obey Alliance, they look a little lost. They're not able to get a lot of information. Anything that they have, it seems like it's not enough to get that location for the enemy team, and that is really what's difficult for them. Even when they were pushing inside, when they were trying to make that rotation into B, it was a little too late. And FOXY, they were already on point.
Yeah, I've been liking these slow rounds from FOXY, really just messing with Obey Alliance until the very end, and then they go for an execute where they have some nice advantages.
My double's dead.
This is just an eco round. FOXY starting off pretty strong to it. I doubt we're going to see anything too crazy, especially since Super Monkey gets spotted here. Oh! Come on, you can get him. You can get him, Rick Dad. There we go. All right,
We didn't see that.
Don't clip that one. Don't. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh. All right, Black Moose will at least pick up one. It's not really gonna help the economy too much. Oh, he gets a second though. That's not bad. All things considered for an eco round, that turns out just fine.
Yeah, they really try to make something happen, but like you said, without that economy, going to make it very, very difficult for the Alliance. It's just going to be Sujay left. Not really easy to push into the site.
They know where Sujay's at, too. Shox will shut that down without too much of an issue. 3 alive for FOXY, albeit barely alive, but alive. And that's what matters when we talk about the long game.
And they were also saving, so being able to buy here is going to be essential for them. They really need to connect those kills this time around for the side of the Alliance. If they want to keep that momentum, like I said, very momentum-based for some of the teams, and also for that economy, you absolutely need that to happen. Oh no. Oh no, we're looking at it again.
Oh boy. I see that Odin. I see that Odin from Black Moose there.
Get out of my
Got
way.
the start line up and everything. This can work out a little bit rough for him, though. If he's not careful, that Jet's going to come around. Okay, no. Shox. He's going to wait for that to play out here. Now up over the top. Got the Owl Drone, but Black Moose is faster on it. Was waiting for Shox to pull that off. Sean BM still having a fun time, though, and slobbering through a couple of them. FOXY get onto B's site, and with Ping Fu watching their backs, this has turned into a very good round for FOXY. It's only cost them a couple of ults, too. They had 5 coming into this, so they're feeling great.
Yeah, a really good read that we saw for the side of FOXY. I mean, very early on of the Alliance, once again, only 2 members remaining. They're going to try to play for their retake.
Last player standing.
Yeah, but now it's just Sworn standing. O'Leary's gonna make this pretty difficult. That gunfight's not easy to win, but Sworns does get at least that one. One more taken with him on the way out, but it won't stop FOXY from going up 4-2.
FOXY is slowly being able to get more and more kills, and a little bit faster than what we saw in that second round. In the meantime, OB Alliance really struggling. Once again, with that economy, is going to be the Sheriffs coming through.
Yeah, losing 4 rounds in a row makes it pretty difficult to keep guns in your pocket. They've got a lot of ults, so I mean, maybe if Obey Alliance gets some early picks, trade well, you can turn this into a winnable round, but I'm not giving them good odds, Dryad.
Yeah, it really doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. When you have an operator on the other side, I mean...
Poor Swarms. Oh, maybe not poor Swarms. He actually gets a couple. Op doesn't even get him. I think that was a leg shot coming around the corner. Mikey Snipey finally finishes that one off, but there's your couple of picks, right? And FOXY have just abandoned B main entirely. There should be a couple of rifles recoverable here. Sujay and I think Ping Fu both have actual guns now.
Valorant seems like they might be able to shine in the KOs a little bit more. A couple more picks, only the Omen remaining. Finally taken down in Obey Alliance. They get another round after losing 4 in a row. They definitely needed that.
That is a great recovery from Obey Alliance. Shout out to Swarms, dude. I mean, to just hold down B main, absolutely no fear in that corner with the double headshots coming out of the Sheriff. That's impressive.
It just seems like it shouldn't have worked. It just didn't seem like that was a thing that should have happened. But it did, and Obey Alliance, I mean, they're going to be benefited from it. Moxie, in the meantime, not really worried about the situation. They're still able to buy just fine. And so it's a matter of getting that first pick again, because they're playing a little bit faster again.
We do have a gun versus gun round this time around.
Yep.
A lot of ults for Obey Alliance. They have to start putting these gun rounds on the board. Early Hunter's Fury from Black Moose. It is going to get one tag. I think the kill, too? Ooh, not quite. Nice movement there from Sean. Oh, Super Monkeys count his lucky stars that he was playing Jet, any other agent. And he is not having fun on that peak there. Gets out of it, though. Just some information and some shots traded. Everybody's still standing.
Yeah, I'm very curious about the positioning that FOXY is taking here. Oh, just looking at mid, trying to push to the side. So they gave up the side to try to go into that positioning that might be a little bit better, but Obey Alliance still holding this very, very strong and just waiting for any sort of information to make that rotation.
Ooh, that Owl Drone comes up with nothing, though. Ah, and Super Monkey. Peek out of heaven was perfectly timed to catch Sean BM. Now Foxy, they know where the op is, so they're going to try and go elsewhere on the map, but there are quite a few players waiting for them here, too, and they got to walk through the Killjoy utility, through the KO, who still has one flash available underneath that smoke, but can't quite hit the necessary shots. Worms is just waiting here inside the Omen smoke, but can't stop Foxy from getting onto B.
Yeah, it might be working out. The lockdown though going to be available. A couple of the ultimates finally being used. The Hunter's Fury trying to get a few kills doesn't really connect as they want to.
But it does get rid of the lockdown, so Foxy, they can stay on the site. They're not going to get detained here. 5 people charging on now for Obey Alliance, but it's quickly cut down to 3. Even score now, or even players, I should say. Super Monkey, only 10 health. Still plenty of time to work with as Sujay gets on. Knows where the second player is, but can't quite find the head of Mikey Snipey. Oh, he's just holding his ground. Heels dug in, and Foxy come out with a 5th.
Oh, and giving out the operator for that jab. Not ideal for Obey Alliance. Still, now they were having a difficult time trying to keep that momentum, like they said. It's just most of the rounds going to Foxy. They had 4 in a row, then 1 more. And they're just building this economy. We saw those ultimates being used as well. Really good use of the Hunter's Fury to try to cancel that lockdown. And with that, given that positioning, they were able to hold that still. Even if the attackers knew the positioning, it wasn't going to be enough.
Ooh. Not quite for a Super Monkey there. Blade Storm over the top. Can't land on the heads. I don't even think he got a body shot out of that one, actually. Soba back to his old tricks with a dash right past. Shocks ain't falling for it this time. Storms was waiting in the wings, so cleans up 1. And Sujay not doing too bad. We're ultimately left in the 3 versus 3.
Spike planted.
Super Monkey's got to be careful. Sean is watching that position. Ooh! Barely gets out of that one, too. And I mean, this is just a really rough retake now for Obey Alliance. Black Moose falling. Super Monkey's only got 30 health. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the save on this Odin here. Spamming through, seeing if he can find anything, but hard to imagine he actually makes this defuse happen.
Yeah, has to get 3 kills, and with 31 HP, doesn't really seem like it's going to be the case. Definitely better to try to save something for this head of Obey Alliance. And I mean, Foxy, they... Oh, well, actually goes in. Doesn't really connect, but yeah, Foxy doing really good so far. I really love how they use their utility when Obey Alliance is trying to push in, trying to play for their retake. They're using everything. They want to take the advantage. They want to be the ones using those abilities first.
And they're finding really nice timings onto Obey Alliance, too. Even at the end there, I mean, Super Monkey was hoping for an exit frag, I presume, but Mikey Snipey not falling for it. Now we're back to yet another eco round here for Obey Alliance. Last time they were on eco, they did manage to flip this around. Swarms especially having a fun time. But Foxy, look, they're nowhere near B main. Rick Dad is here, sure, but they are not walking into Swarms again. Ooh! And that's why.
Yeah.
Sneaky little trap set up there. Well executed, and that does get 1 gun for Obey Alliance. Make it potentially a 2nd there. Soba with the judge, cleaning up shocks, and there's no one there to trade. That's a Phantom recovered.
Oh, and definitely scary when we saw that they were trying to push through the smoke. Definitely not what you wanted when kill of the side of the enemy team looking at you. The Killjoy definitely not expecting that kill as well. And once again, Obey Alliance having to play for their retake.
Very awkward retake, too, as they're funneled through tree. Sean managed to walk all the way around into garden and get behind Obey Alliance, bisect their retake. And in the blink of an eye, it's just Super Monkey left all alone yet again. Does have a Phantom recovered. Nice first shot there onto Sean. Or actually, it's a Vandal. Excuse me. Still, though, I don't think it's going to help him out anymore. Should be aware that someone is waiting for him in heaven, especially as the shots ring out, but it's just a distraction. Ping Fu's coming around. That's a clean 7th for Foxy.
Yeah, good positioning once again for Foxy. That started getting ahead, and I liked seeing this. Obey Alliance, they had the first 2 rounds, and after that, they didn't get anything else in a row. FOXY, they are making those rotations. They started by adapting, playing a little bit slower. When they confused the Alliance more, when they messed up with their economy, that's when they were playing faster. Not as fast, but still fast enough to be able to get ahead.
Now Obey Alliance, in the last rounds of their defense, have called a tactical timeout, I believe. I believe it's Obey Alliance, pretty sure. I'd be surprised if it was FOXY. They're feeling just fine. Obey have to figure out how to put these last 2 on the board, because if they can't get 5 on their defense for Ascent, then they're not going to be feeling too good about this half, Dryad.
Yeah, most likely coming from the side of FOXY. They still have 2 ultimates to use the lockdown once again, and Ping Fu having that from the shadows to come through at any point. I really like those ultimates. Depending on what they need, if Obey Alliance is able to play more aggressive, then that is when you can see the from the shadows coming through after that rotation from the defense, and try to plan while the rest of the team comes by.
Let's take stock in the minimap. We do have a swap up here for Obey. They're moving Swarms over onto that A site. Getting the turret up on the boxes. Some delayed information. Classic setup here for Swarms on A. I think Obey Alliance have realized that FOXY have been able to just walk onto this site a couple of times this half. So I definitely like the move to get the Killjoy over here, get the earlier info without having to risk your team, but it doesn't stop FOXY. They're just out. They're onto the site. Shox is already up in heaven. And there's nothing they can do. Swarms is immediately eliminated on the site. The door is going to get shut here. Beautiful spam through. Shox pinning down Soba based on those shots ringing out from the smoke. Sujay's trying. He catches Rick Dad, not looking. That's 3 for Sujay. 4 is going to be denied. And a blind here from Ping Fu. He's going to be okay. Hanging around, spots Super Monkey, but doesn't expect the cross from Black Moose. Dropping down. And whatever Obey we're getting on with in that tactical timeout, it seems to have worked for him, Dryad.
It's all about synergizing and retaking that point, and that is exactly what Obey Alliance was able to do. Only 2 members remaining at the end, but they needed that round desperately. This is going to be the last round. A lot of ultimates coming for the side of FOXY. I mean, they have that ultimate from Jed. They also have Soba. Anything to create space and to also gain a little bit of information is going to be available. While Obey Alliance, they were suffering. They were able to get that round, but not a lot of opportunities for the end.
Just a couple ticks off some ultimates, so maybe if Obey get off to a good start or get some orb control, but no, they're not playing aggressive for orb control. They're just sitting back, waiting for FOXY to come to them. There's another early Hunter's Fury. This time it's from Mikey Snipey. Doesn't get too much out of that one. I believe it whiffed across the board. The lockdown being committed toward B. Oh, they're going for the fake. This is always so dicey. And look, Obey, they're not buying. They've still got their Killjoy, their KO over here. Swarms catches Shox walking out into the site. Does get spotted, and Sean BM eventually picks that one up, but not much else goes the way of FOXY here. Ping Fu is now left alone on the other side of the universe from the spike.
Oh no, it seems like every ultimate that FOXY had went wrong. It just didn't really connect. They tried to use that from the shadows, had to cancel it. Everything else does get one kill, but getting 3 more and also having the spike on the complete opposite side, like you said, it's not going to be easy.
I do like that smoke from Ping Fu. He puts it between tree and garden, baiting like he's going around through tree, but instead has crept back through mid. Glass is open. That is an option for him. Ooh. Oh, and he just barely dodges the 0.2. They don't know where he is, but the problem is he only has 17 seconds. He's got to run out here into 3 players, and time just wasn't on his side, as well as you can reasonably expect from Ping Fu there. But ultimately, it's a pretty decent half for both sides. 5-7 is how we switch up.
Not too bad for the side of the Alliance. Even though, I mean, you want to take as many points as you can on the side of defense. FOXY being able to get ahead. And, I mean, this is going to work out just fine. I want to see if FOXY is able to keep that same synergy this time around.
I'm interested to see how Obey on this attacking side use this KO, too. because you can get a lot of good information from KO, especially over toward A. You put the 0 point in a few key spots. You can get info on if there are players waiting in tree, if there are players in wine. And it's undeniable to an extent, too. So, Obey definitely have a good chance in this attacking half. It's still anyone's game at this point. A lot of early info here for Obey, too, is that Owl Drone cleared pretty far up through mid.
Yeah, I'm very curious about this pistol round going on for the side of Obey. Playing it very carefully, also trying to get that information, but Obey Alliance is just as good as denying it.
Just going to be retake on A here. Rick Dad doesn't want to fight 5 players. Charging on from Obey Alliance. There's the plant. A little bit of spam damage. FOXY come into this a tiny bit healthier. I like this too. They're clearing out mid, making sure that nobody's waiting for him. And once they're confident in that, they're going to charge onto the site. Rick Dad with a couple to open, but Soba trades it right back. Ping Fu trying to distract here in tree. The players haven't been able to get out, having beautiful fadeaway from Shox, and he doubles back for a second one. That's how you play Jet, folks.
Oh, perfect timing for that. And FOXY, they get another round. They're looking good. They win that pistol round as well. And, I mean, they have everything. They have all the potential to be able to win this match as well. Bay Alliance, they had the right idea. They were holding site. They had both, but they were definitely not expecting that Jet to do that.
I mean, I wasn't. Ooh, this is pretty spicy, though, from Obey. They're deciding to go for a force here. This can get a little bit risky, but I like the moxie from Obey. They realize that they're down 3 rounds. They don't want to go down 5-9. They're going to gamble here and just go for a hard hit onto the A site. This can be dangerous. Look at the utility that's waiting for him, Dryad. All those Killjoy mollies.
Yeah. Oh, I hope that this works out because forcing with Spectres on second round doesn't usually look good for a team.
Super Monkey trades it 1 for 1, and Sujay will clean up the other player on site. Obey, they're a little worse for wear, but they do technically have the player advantage. Oh, that's some nice spam, but Mike not able to quite finish off Swarm, who's just waiting around the corner. Thankful that you can't be wallbanged from where he's sitting. We're gonna get opened up. Not. Ooh, I thought it was gonna be a nice catch from Shox, but Sujay with the flick. Just a fraction of his health bar at this point. There's only 2 players left. Maybe 2 is all they need, though. Oh, it's so close. Mikey Snipey left alone. He's up against 2 players with low health bars. Aries in hand. Oh, the worst timing. Oh, he thought that Black Moose was going to fall off that angle, but no. And Obey Alliance make the force happen.
And I'm really glad they were able to make this work because if not, it would have been the worst case scenario for the next couple rounds. But FOXY, I mean, on the other hand, some of them are going to be able to buy. They're going to get that Vandal as well, a couple of those Spectres that we're able to see. And this should make it a little bit more interesting for the set of Alliance. FOXY, they're going to be using the Sheriffs as well. A little bit risky, but they're still ahead.
Yeah, FOXY don't want to gamble like Obey Alliance did. They're just going to wait this out. Nah! Beautiful shot there. The second one doesn't quite connect for Shox. I mean, credit where it's due. The 1-for-1 trade ain't half bad. And a hard push through mid, actually. That's another picked up. Those are a couple of Spectres, Aries that can be recovered. FOXY, they've utilized that aggression out of B. Oh, and Super Monkey doesn't know. Monkey has no idea. Rick Dad is just chasing him, dude. Slowly but surely. And eventually gonna find him. Nice catch there from Rick Dad. Now FOXY, they got the player advantage. All those players should have relatively decent weaponry. Super winnable round.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you have a K on, just being able to suppress the enemies is so strong. Rick Dad, though, getting taken down.
Nice swing from Mikey Snipey, but now he's left against Soba. Not much health for either of these players. Whoever gets to the gunfight first is going to be the winner. But all Soba has to do is stall. He can't do it, though. Mikey Snipey runs him down. And a defense of thrifty for FOXY. as they go up 9-6.
The KO definitely not expecting the Soba to just push onto him, and FOXY able to get ahead once again. It's going to be 9 rounds that they've won, and they had a lot of that momentum on that first half. They're trying to do the same thing on the second half, even though they are playing it more carefully, and I don't mind this. They are playing for the DPS, but it's giving some money to the side of Obey Alliance.
And you gotta love the confidence from FOXY too, right? The instant playmaking that they go for in a lot of these rounds. One person sees an opening, Shock says, hey, there's another player that's super vulnerable over in B, and the entirety of FOXY just goes charging through mid to pin that gun down. Calls like that are what can make or break a game. And I mean, now Obey, they're not working with the best money. They gotta try and answer Thrifty for Thrifty, Dryad. They're running through mid right now. Pretty confident in and of themselves. Get more than they bargained for. Rick Dad is waiting. Beautiful paranoia. And that's the second one. Ping Fu not doing too bad either. Catching one. Oh, not quite two out B main, though. Woo!
Ooh.
Nice flick there from Rick Dad. And while he can't quite finish it off, he's done more than enough work. This is a rough round now for Sujay.
Oh no, definitely not the best positioning as well when FOXY, I mean, they were able to hide, just protect themselves from the damage a little bit more. And with that 10 for FOXY, this is looking more and more difficult for this side of the Alliance. FOXY, they are really good at synergizing and retaking, but also being able to react in time if they get enough information, and they really depend on that Soba to do so. Sometimes on the Killjoy as well, and they're doing it perfectly.
Now, as we get into round 5 of the half, we're finally getting our first gun versus gun round between the forces, the thrifties, everything crazy. Both teams have decent economy, but FOXY, I'm favoring them. They got the lockdown, the Hunter's Fury. Those are 2 power ultimates on their tool belt, just waiting to use. That's an early Cosmic Divide from Obey Alliance. Very interesting. Just getting Super Monkey through mid confidently and cutting off players from defender spawn, as Obey desperately want to try and charge on 2B. Hard to get through all this utility, but eventually they're going to make it work. They'll have 2 players back site, though. This is not necessarily easy. Mikey Snipey does catch a couple, actually, with that ultimate, too. Obey, they get onto site, but at what cost? They're going to have to use the lockdown just so that they can retrieve the spike and plant.
Spike planted.
Oh,
no way.
And this is not the best scenario that we can see here. You're gonna wait for the lockdown before pushing in.
3v3. Certainly not unwinnable for Obey Alliance. And they have a nice setup here. Aggressively out B. Everyone's coming from the same place. Defender spawn. Oh, Shock's out into the open. Nobody expected Super Monkey to still be hanging around by market. Sujay with a great cross, and Mikey Snipey doesn't know where to look. Obey got dicey, to be sure, but they make it work.
Yeah, they make it work, but it was so difficult. I like seeing how defensive FOXY was playing. They were not pushing in. They were playing carefully. They were all the way on backside, refusing to push in until they had some information. They got taken down at the end, and Obey Alliance trying to keep this momentum, but like we said, I mean, we haven't seen a lot of rounds where they get more than 2 in a row. We actually haven't seen any. We saw 2 at the beginning, 2 on the second half. Can they do it now?
Ooh. Doc spotted one. Smoked off. Doesn't have any opportunity there. And Sean's not having too good of a time either. Nice swing there from Swarns. And after that pick in Cubby, I mean, Obey, they're just charging over toward the A side. And Marshall's not going to stop them. The door's been preemptively destroyed by FOXY. So, oh, no, it hasn't. Actually, I think I just heard it get closed. Never mind.
Spike planted.
Yep, door's closed. Never mind. I was just straight up wrong there. I mean, this is about as rough of a retake as it can get for FOXY. They don't really have guns. They don't have the best position. Oh,
tried to get it.
Not even allowed the Marshall there. I mean, Shox does have an op, but what can you actually accomplish with an op here?
Yeah, very difficult.
I mean, Pingfu's gonna get that Phantom, but so far from A. I mean, I don't think a defuse can happen.
Yeah, just 3 more to go, guys. Don't worry. Just kill 3. Oh, they're pushing in, but even then, like you said, FOXY, they have a very difficult task.
Player standing.
I mean, that's not terrible for Pingfu. Keep in mind, Obey, they were not feeling too great credits-wise either coming into this round. They were just barely able to fully buy up here, so... Even though FOXY, they do lose 2 in a row, Obey's economy is not to the point where FOXY can't catch up quickly. I mean, like, it's very doable for FOXY to shatter Obey's economy here.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when you are on the side of a defense and they are doing the right things. They are holding side. They're playing it carefully. They're trying to hold any angles possible. But Obey Alliance is just playing a little bit faster and they're not able to catch up. Just 2 rounds that they're able to get in a row. But like we said, we haven't seen Obey Alliance getting 3 in a row.
Another Cosmic Divide here, though. That'll just immediately get Obey onto B. I mean, there's nobody waiting for them either. The turret's going to be stopped by that Cosmic Divide. This is great. Obey, they're looking around for people. They're like, really? Really? There's nobody home? All right. Free real estate. We'll take it.
Planted.
Oh, no. The retake not going to be the easiest thing. Still possible, though. Just trying to get any sort of information before pushing in.
Lockdown at the ready here, but I mean, yet another Hunter's Fury, right? I mean, it's just going to be the exact same thing we saw last time Obey were on B, but this time, FOXY, they push in way more aggressively. Swarms ain't letting them get away with everything, and neither is Super Monkey. Cleaned him up, came up the stairs, and put FOXY down.
Looking so much better for Obey Alliance, and like now it is the opposite scenario where first we saw FOXY using that utility first, using those abilities. Now Obey Alliance is the one doing it. Once again, like you said, the same thing that we saw before. It was the lockdown coming through, and then we saw the Hunter's Fury as well. So not a lot of possibilities for FOXY to work, but they are still ahead. But that economy not looking too good.
FOXY, back to eco for them. They did pull off a thrifty earlier this half, and you can see that they're trying to go for it yet again. That turret's gonna spot them coming out mid though. And once Obey get that info from the turret, they're just charging onto A. I mean, they're not gonna waste any time. Nice recon dart there, pick up from Swarms.
Spike planted.
This is looking like a very solid round for Obey Alliance.
Once again, might be able to match up a little bit of what FOXY did before.
I mean, this is just such a hard retake, though, for FOXY. I mean, they have 1 Vandal on Pingfu, sure, but they're all stuck in heaven. They don't really have a way through. They're going to try and use the Omen Smoke and drop down into it. It doesn't go very well, though. I appreciate the effort from FOXY, but at the end of the day, we're tied up at double digits.
Yeah, they gave it a try, but it doesn't really work. Like you said, the retake is so hard to make happen, especially when you don't have the economy. And FOXY, a little bit worried this time around. Obey Lions, we have a 10-10. And look at that. I mean, Sujay is doing an amazing job getting 20 kills before anyone else. But you absolutely need the support of the rest of your team. And even then, for instead of FOXY, you would expect that Reyna to, I mean, doing an amazing job with the abilities, just trying to use the artillery early on, but you need those kills to happen faster.
Alright, FOXY, they get another gun round. They've been having a rough time on their defense, but it's now or never, basically. If they lose this, they're almost assuredly giving over map and match point. Keep in mind, these are best of ones in our Swiss round here. And FOXY, they're not safe yet. They've won 2, sure, but they could still very well fall out of the top 8 if they're not careful. Super Monkey's thinking about it. Spots the side of him. Sean not having too fun of a time. Shox does retreat to a safe position and gets that first. Puts Soba down. Somebody's going to have to pick him up eventually. And Shox just hiding. Just trying to buy time, waste their time. But Super Monkey's not having any of it. Lockdown invested now. And This makes it even more tricky. Black Moose is going to pick up Soba. 4 players still standing for Obey. And that lockdown forces Foxy away. The spike has been dropped on site. There's no way they expect this. Oh, but Super Monkey, you gotta hit the head on those ones, buddy. Oh, okay. Gambit already wearing off, but Super Monkey does double back and make it worthwhile in the end. 2 versus 4. And Foxy, I'm not liking their odds here, Dryad.
Oh no, it is not looking good for the set of Foxy. The Alliance, they're looking like a completely different team to what we saw in the first half.
Oh,
It's one.
nice wallbang there from Mikey Snipey, but we're running out of time. Foxy, if they want to go for this, they have to do it now, and instead they decide to fall off. Don't give away what little economy we still have to a round that is so very difficult to win at this point. A save from Foxy, and an 11th round now on the board for Obey Alliance.
And even then, for Foxy, it has to hurt when they were doing so good before, now slowly losing their momentum again. And like you said, I mean, having to save that round, trying to get something going for their team because they need it right now. They don't have any other opportunities. This could be 2 more wins for the side of the Alliance on this round, and that is going to be it. We do have a timeout. It might be coming from Foxy this time around.
I have to imagine this is Foxy using their timeout. I mean, you got to make a plan for this round, right? Because while it is going to be low economy, there is room for a force from Foxy. But if you go for a force here, then what? You're risking a low percentage round and potentially giving Obey Alliance match point while you don't have any economy. I don't think that would be the play. I think Foxy, they should just try and make this as damaging as they can. Well, but I say that, but I mean, it's not like they're going to do anything to Obey's economy at this point. So you kind of have to go for the wins, right? This is a tough spot for Foxy here, Dryad.
Yeah, like you said, it's very difficult. You don't want to force and then absolutely lose that round. You just have to have that confidence. If they do, then, I mean, I want to see it, but it's going to be risky. You don't have as many opportunities, 2 more, like we said, for the Alliance, and that is going to be it. Can Foxy try to make that comeback now?
Yeah, no force in sight here for Foxy. That is undoubtedly the safer call. It's just going to be Mikey Snipey and Ping Fu who really have to put some work in here. I like this setup, actually. Mikey going for that early spam. There is something to meet him, though. Can't do it for free. Oh, and that recon dart. Oh, no! Beautifully played by Black Moose. Sean's going to have to be a hero here if Foxy want to hold on to B. Ping Fu taking his cross. Netting Sean up to at least get 1. A dismiss carries him away, but Black Moose pins him down through the wall. That Odin, so powerful over here toward B. Rick Dad trying to be a hero, but not going to work out for him. Now Shox is left with just a Sheriff, and Obey take their 12th round without much of an issue.
And like you said, this is... I mean, we are in match point. Foxy, this is a time where they need to win 3 in a row. They have absolutely no opportunity for anything else. In Obey Alliance, they've been doing so good this time around. I was talking about how they were having so much difficulty, but now they're the ones using those ultimates first. They are the ones using those abilities. This time around, they have the Hunter's Fury again. A couple ultimates once again coming through for Foxy, but they need to be used early on if they want to get ahead.
And what a comeback it's been for Obey Alliance in this. Well, I say comeback. They weren't down that far, I guess. 2 rounds isn't that crazy. But this has been a solid attacking half. That's more what I want to say. As they've picked up 6 in a row now. Absolutely insane. Early Hunter's Fury here, and Swarms has already pinged down Ping Fu. And Obey, or Foxy rather, there's just not much they can do. They'll pop their Nano Swarms on site, try and deal some damage to Obey, but they're going to have to give it up and play for the retake.
Once again, having to play for the retake, which has worked for both of the teams, especially for Foxy when we see them taking those rounds. Most of them have been through the retake. But the Jag getting taken down already. Oh no.
Swarms, what are you doing to him right now? This guy has been insane this half. Sean's gonna put a stop to it finally, but Soba's waiting to catch him, and Mikey Snipey, all of Foxy's hopes in this series rest on his shoulders now. A 1v3, he's good for the first, not the second though.
Attackers
As
win.
Soba will deny it and take away the win. Obey Alliance now 3-0 on the day.
Really good job for the start of Obey Alliance. They, like you said, they didn't really have a lot of a difference between those scores at the beginning, but they were able to keep that momentum in that second half, and they didn't let it go. They were pushing a lot faster, and it kind of caught the side of the defense for FOXY. Like, they were just not expecting. They were trying to push in. All the corners were being held. Everyone getting taken down. They were trying to save them. They were trying to force, and nothing really worked out for Obey Alliance.
Yeah, and you know, Obey Alliance, I loved how they played that attack half, right? They had a great read on FOXY. That was what was most impressive to me.
Yeah.
Anytime FOXY wanted to play for a retake, wanted to go for an execute, Obey Alliance seemed to understand what the game plan was going to be. We saw it twice over on that B site, right? Both times, FOXY played back and said, hey, we're just going to wait. We're going to go for the retake, use this lockdown. And Black Moose just did not let them get away with anything. Hunter's Fury both times. Beautiful swings out from Super Monkey, from Swarns. Obey Alliance are looking very scary. And I believe with that third win, actually, I don't think they quite locked down mathematically getting into the top 8. But they are looking very good at the very least.
They kind
to make
of
it to the
do.
quarterfinals.
Yeah, they're looking good. There's a lot of teams that are able to get even 3 of those wins. And for Obey Alliance, it's just looking really good. I mean, it was close, but I like how they're able to adapt in time, like you said. Those adaptations and also being able to counter a couple of the ultimates coming through. About that lockdown was so effective for the team to get ahead.
Oh, man. I love it. That's our first match, and it was 12-10. Like, that's a great match to start on. The matches only get closer from here on out. That's the great thing about a Swiss format.